What's up, world? So I have to do another video, man, because my nigga Panic just went in. He did one of the best videos he's ever done. Period. He just did one of the best videos that Panic has ever done. And Panic is, this nigga gives a lot of information out. Once again, shout out to Panic, man. I hope in my last video when I was like, fuck what they're saying if you don't understand it, hope he didn't take that shit wrong, because hopefully he knows what I mean by that. If you can't adapt to what they're saying and make that your own and construct your own reality, or you're just going off of his reality, you just reciting what he says, then you don't need to be listening to what the fuck he's saying, because that shit's over your head if you're not ready to fully understand it and gravitate towards it and make it your own and send that back out to people. Not just regurgitating information. I gotta do this video. So is life a simulation? Yes, it is. Very much so. Panic just broke it down for you niggas. I'll start off by saying this. Yeah, this universe is made from ones and zeros, right? I mean, scientists say it, but fuck their research, but you can kind of see that. See, they give you statistics and shit, and even if you can kind of see it, you got to be kind of skeptical because they're giving you statistics. It's like you're saying fuck the man and fuck the white people and all that bullshit, but then you use their statistic to prove your point. Some philosophers do that, and I got a problem with that a little bit, because it's like, well, nigga, you're going against the system, yet you're using the system to further your point. You know what I'm saying? But if it makes sense, it makes sense. This galaxy is, and this is not even just from scientists. This is from the ancients. Like, they knew this shit. I gotta light up a cigarette on this. I gotta light up a cigarette on this one, straight up. So, this galaxy is made up of a synchronicity of numbers, right? That's how this place is. It's not real. It's just numbers, just like a computer game. Just like what Panic just said. Once again, shout out to Panic. That nigga knows more than I don't know about ever know, because I'm getting to a point where, you know, but he knows a lot of fucking, he knows way more than I know right now at this point. Probably might always will, who knows how it goes. Shout out to Panic though. That nigga, like I said, wasn't for him, wasn't for Bobby, wasn't for Delbert Blair, Phil, Black Dot. I wouldn't even think this way if it wasn't for them niggas. I mean, well, to be honest with you, when I was a kid, I knew something was up, and I always thought a different way from most people that were around me. But I have a fuller, better understanding of this stuff now that they kind of broke certain things down in the metaphysical and the occult world. Now it's like, okay, I'm understanding this a lot more than I did before. This is a simulation. That's not how you say that. Simulation. This is a simulation. It's not real. And there's multiple ways to explain that. So he was just basically breaking down how a computer is made by humans to show you a fictitious world in a fictitious world. Think about it. Computers are made by numbers, ones and zeros. The galaxy that we live in are made by numbers, ones and zeros, and every other number in between to explain different things. Then the circumference of this and the distance between that. It's crazy, like, if you think about it. And this philosophy, to be honest with you, has driven some philosophers mad in the past. I don't know how the fuck I can keep my sanity with it, but it will drive you mad, because you think about it. You know, you love your mom, you love this and you love that, you love to, you know, learn, or you love to do whatever the fuck you're doing, playing a game, and you realize, well, wait a minute, I'm in a game my motherfucking self. I'm a heavy game player fan. I fuck with the game heavy. I'm actually in the crib playing the game now, you know what I'm saying, because I ain't working a day, so I'm just cooling. You know what I'm saying? But we're living a game. You can tell this is from our own studies, that because when you get high, you smoke weed or other drugs, and you drink alcohol, it changes the interface between you and this galaxy and the way that you perceive it. It changes it, because basically, in my opinion, the structures, you're basically altering your structure, and the numbers that are synchronous with you have a synchronicity with your body. You're changing them. You're flipping the numbers around. And you're getting yourself closer to the underworld, which is where death, which is what death is all about. You're getting closer to that. See, now these are things like I said, I knew some of this stuff when I was growing up, when I was like really young. I would have different thoughts, and I wouldn't understand where the fuck they came from. But that's because it was supposed to happen now. It was supposed to happen gradually, so that I got older, I would understand the thoughts that I would have. And like, why is this like that? Why does this not feel real to me? I mean, I used to have these type of thoughts like, what's up with this place? How did I get here? If you think about it, you don't even know how the fuck you got here. You just woke up one day, and then your body grows into a bigger being. And just think about the emphasis I'm putting on your body growing. That's some wild shit. Your body grows. You know what I'm saying? Like one time you're like this big and you turn around and I'm like this big. That's the type of stuff I used to think about when I was a kid. This is the type of stuff I would really get into when I was a kid and not fully understand why I was thinking a certain way. Hold on, give me a second. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of shit I would be thinking about, but wouldn't fully understand. Like I said, I had to gradually gravitate, or graduate, I just mixed two words together, to understanding certain things about this place. But I was always a different kid. Not to get in my ego, once again, to make myself seem, you know, more prominent than somebody else or whatever. That's not the point. The point is, I've always thought on a different level, and I never understood why. I totally understand why now. The synchronicity of, I mean, just like smoke a blunt and look around. I don't know about you, but when I smoke now, because I've done shrooms, which is basically like, you know, it's a god drug. Gods back in the day would wear mushroom hats, and they would take mushrooms all fucking day to basically get closer to other realms and other possibilities and shit like that. Same thing you do when you smoke weed. Damn it, same thing you do when you smoke cigarettes. I mean, I'm conscious that I'm still smoking these motherfuckers. Certain things I still got overlaps, but where the fuck was I at? Yeah, like you get, like when I smoke bud, like I see the particles in the air, you feel me? I see black dots and like particles in the air. If I look up, actually right now, I see these floating dots. I see floaters all the time. Even when I just look at the sky and I'm not blazed, because I ain't even smoked yet today. But that alone tells you that this is not exactly what you think it is. Like I said in my last video, I think that humans take Earth too seriously. Why take it so seriously if it's in a fictitious world? That doesn't mean be a bum and go around hurting people. That does not mean that. That does mean that still, though, for you to worry about your riches and what's going on with the Kardashians and all that type of bullshit, it means an end game. It means nothing. It can't mean anything because this world doesn't follow you when you leave. Perhaps certain functions and ideologies of how you lived will. That will follow because it's stuck in your mind. And your mind is what you travel with when you leave this place. Like I said in my last fucking video. Panic made me do this shit. I don't even know Panic, but you know what I'm saying? I got like 1 like from Panic on Facebook over buying the Panic pack, which works phenomenally. But I never even met the nigga before. I never talked to him a day in my life. He just liked my video. I like the picture of mine, which is crazy. And I'm in his group and all that type of shit. But, you know, this made me do this video. I had to, because this is stuff I think about all day. See, I don't fuck around, and this is what I do every day. Every day of the week is either I'm fucking around on the game, making music, working, or I'm doing knowledge. And knowledge is definitely not last but not least. I'm searching knowledge. I'm looking up stuff to understand more. And some of these things I already have with my divine mind. It's already open. My third, you know what I'm saying, eye already sees things. So sometimes I'm like, nah, you know, whatever. But I'm coming into grips with that a lot more now because things are kind of adding up and making sense. Now, I'm only 26, so I definitely got more time to go. Maybe I don't. Who knows how that goes? But, you know, Panic made me do this shit. Because I saw the video that I'm like, man, I was just talking about all this shit the other day. My other video, I'm getting into this. Like the God Particle. I'm getting into what makes you God and, you know, what this reality is. Now, the ancients, like Panic says, knows this shit. The ancient philosophers or whatever, they knew this shit. They already knew this shit. And like he said, Caucasians are now, no offense to y'all, you know, Caucasians at all, but their leaders are now making it seem like this is new knowledge of this paradigm. When this knowledge was around for who knows how long, millions of years. The Sumerians knew this shit. And they were the first, the first colonized people. You know, but you know, you really got to question everything you know about this galaxy because, like God again, like God could be many things. There could have been many gods that made this place because there are many properties: cloud god, sky god, sun god, the god that controls the sun, god that controls the clouds, light god, a god that controls light, the darkness god, the god that controls darkness. So when you're praying to these gods, basically, in a sense, you're praying to something that locked you down here in a human body, nigga. You gonna learn this shit today. You gonna figure this shit out today. And why do I say that? Let me explain. So if you sit back and say that you're bigger than a human, right? You're a spirit, you're a human, and all that bullshit. So why would you praise being down here then? If you're a spirit, your real self is within, which is something way more powerful than the skin and the body and the structure you walk around in every day, and yet say, praise God. That's a contradiction to your own spirituality, nigga. What are you saying, bro? Like, you feel me? Like, come on, bro. Y'all niggas gonna learn this shit today. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, why would you praise those gods? If you realize that you're something out of this world and you're stuck in this world, why would you then praise that God for putting you down here? You got to understand, God is past loving, or God or gods with an S, because there might be, like I just said, there might be multiple gods that created this place for your ass and for me. It's past loving. If it made loving, therefore it is past loving. If it made hate, therefore it's past hate. It's just doing what it does. You know what I'm saying? Or it could not be past hate, because I don't claim to know every fucking thing. It could not be past hate, and it feels these things more than anybody else. I think it's past that, because it made that, so it's past that. You see what I'm saying? Humans make computers, but in the sense, we're human, so we don't have to live in a... we don't have to do what computers do in that sense, even though we are computers. We are robots. Because the structure of a computer and robots come from the human body. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. And some of this shit I've never learned from anybody. I learned this shit somehow on my own. Maybe this is my last term on Earth. I don't know. I'm not even going to sit here and make myself, you know, seem more, you know, whatever the fuck that I need to be. Because that's something I don't know yet. Some of these answers you got to understand, like I said this before, some of these answers you'll never know because you can't learn everything about this galaxy as a human. Your human body and mind won't allow you to. It was designed that way. All right? You feel me? It was designed that way, bruh. It was designed that way to keep you, even if you got it, you're not going to get it 100% because you're a human. You're not supposed to. Your human mind is going to stop you. Just like your body stops you from being able to fly around and go through walls. Even though there might be some motherfuckers out there that can do that. I'm not saying you can't. Anything's possible in a synchronized world that ain't real, nigga. But in the same sense, it stops you from being able to fly. For me to be able to fly off this fucking third-story balcony that I'm on right now. Land on my fucking feet. Jump around, land on a finger. You know, if you train your body enough and your spirituality enough, maybe the possibility for that opens up it opens up gradually. It opens up more. You have the potential to do more things that are out of this world, since you know your spirit is out of this world. But the everyday motherfucker walking around can't do that because the mind and the body won't allow it to. It's designed not to allow you to. Now, if you can somehow get your spirituality past your human body and your human thought, perhaps you could behave in such a way. That's just what it is, man. That's how it is. Makes sense to me. I don't know about other motherfuckers. They might still be, you know, they might still be fighting with this shit. So, you know, the God that created this universe, or the gods, might not be something that actually is loving of you. The Bible was only made for a controlling mechanism for everyone that lives here. It's different parts of the truth mixed in with a bunch of lies. And even the truth is a lie in the way that they say it. That's what religion is. So that's why you can pray to Jesus Christ and get that Bentley you want, and you think Jesus did it, but really, it might have been the fact it's your gravitation to wanting a Bentley. Or you might not get it because you want it so bad, and that's all you think about. Therefore, you're pulling too much energy into it or out of it, and it don't work for you right. There's no one answer to anything out here. There's no one way of looking at anything. Why would there be multiple religions and multiple versions of ancient knowledge if there's one way to do everything? That's not the way it is. It's not the way it will be. That's not the way it was. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just wild, man. It's just really wild when you look around and you really dissect this shit. You come up with your own synopsis. That's what Brother Panic is telling y'all niggas to do. Learn what he teach you and make your own synopsis. Come with your own hypothesis. Build your own construct out of that. Don't just recite it and you don't understand it. You know, like Bobby used to say, this ain't for everybody. Some motherfuckers are gonna be here a couple million years, learning, trying to figure this out, or not even trying to figure it out. That's just how it is. It ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I know Bobby is pissed off because his video's on YouTube and shit. But to be really honest with you, I learned from that shit. I learned from that shit. I wasn't around. I mean, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 26, so I was a little nigga in the 90s, bro. I couldn't go to those seminars and shit that he was having. I couldn't do that. So one way I got some of my knowledge is to watching the videos on YouTube. I watched damn near all of his shit. All of them. Panic too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still thinking about taking that nigga class, man. So if he watching this, I'm still thinking about taking your class, my G. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just wild, man, when you think about all this shit in an overall sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is based off of numbers in this universe. Numbers are very important. More important than letters, basically. Because letters, the American letters are made from, like, that's newer shit. Numbers have always been basically the same. Except for numerology. You know, numbers kind of change. They you know, what the fuck am I trying to say? You know, the Roman numerals and shit like that. Like, you know, they look different, but they have the same properties. And numbers are very important, basically. That's the thing. Everything is based off of a fucking mathematical equation. Everything in this galaxy is based off of that. The structure of your face, how many cells you have in your body, you know, how many times your heart beats per minute. All that shit is synchronized to a mathematical system. That's how it is. The ancients knew this shit. You know, scientists are acting like science is not a new word for magic, my nigga. Or hidden knowledge. They're acting like it's not a new word for that. Because that's what all science is. Science is nothing but a new word for magic. Man, this motherfucking bee is fucking huge, but I ain't gonna worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a new word for magic. Come on, bro. I'm gonna punch the fuck out of you in a minute, bro. Fuck, I'll let the bee do what the fuck it's doing. They're almost extinct anyways. But anyways, it's crazy, man. Like, I had to down there do this video. Now, I can't do a video like Panic. This nigga go in for like 2-3 hours. I haven't gotten there yet. Well, I feel like I know some shit to go in for 2-3 hours, but do I have the focus to do so? I don't think I do. Right now, I don't. Yeah, man, like when you feel pain, that's your system. That's basically the matrix system within you. Numbers going up and down and shit like that. That's what happens when you feel pain. You know what I'm saying? But none of this shit is technically even real. Like I said, it's not. It's just a synchronized universe. Systematically made to keep you where you at. But it can't hold you forever, obviously. That's why death is guaranteed. That's why you must sleep. That's why you must go to bed at night, whenever the fuck you go to bed. You have to, because I haven't really broken that down yet and fully understood that, but I guess it's like something like you can't be in this place for too long without going back to where you came from. It can only hold you for so long. Your body only has enough energy to stay here. You're like a battery. You gotta understand that. The structure of robots come from humans. That's how they made them. They come from us. You feel me? Robots come, the way that they make robots and computers are based off of the human body. Like the waves of the ocean, how many apples are on a tree, the bark on a tree, that's all numbers, man. That's all numbers. Like, that's why you don't got to take this place too seriously. Doesn't mean let yourself go and just die. But, I mean, see, there's two ways of looking at everything. On the other hand, the only way to escape this is to die. While you niggas are so afraid to fucking leave this fucking place, then I get it. It's the only place that you can remember right now. Your memory has been wiped since you were wherever the fuck you were before. Even since your past life, your memory has been wiped. So you do feel a certain attachment to the place, that the only place that you can remember right now. I feel that. I understand that. I say I'm not afraid of death, but if death came to me, I would have a little bit of fear there. I would just have to let that go instantly. You see what I'm saying? If it's time to go, it's time to go. So, yeah, man, like, you know, just adding on to, you know, to Panic's theory of the world being a simulation, it very much is. It very much is. That's why sometimes, but the program changes every day. I damn near think we live the same day every day. We might give it different names, but every day is basically Monday. We live the same day basically every day, and it's altered. It's different. It's a different reality every day you wake up. Like, Okay, usually there's clouds out here. Yesterday I came outside and there were no clouds in the sky. Not one. The way that the day was designed is that there's no clouds out today. No clouds were out that day. Today is a few clouds out. Some days there's hella clouds out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just damn near different days. That's the same day, just different. You know what I'm saying? Just different. And it's really just odd. It's really crazy to think about, man. Like, look at them. They're making chemtrails today that way. Yesterday they had them right there. The day before I didn't see any chemtrails. Now today he's making one right there. He's making a chemtrail as I speak, right there. Because planes don't have jet lag in the back like that. I mean, they do, but they don't leave a streak in the sky unless you're putting something out there. It's just wild, man. It's a lot of shit to it. It's a lot of layers to understanding this shit. It's layers on top of layers on top of layers of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I still got a lot to learn. But certain things, I guess you could say, I overstand. Like my nigga Phil says. I basically overstand certain things. Now I can always go forward on the knowledge that I have about that, because there's always more to learn, especially in the universe where you don't know shit about nothing. Think about it, motherfuckers don't know nothing except for what the fuck you told. Unless you do the work on your own, you go outside and study the sky. I used to do that all the time. Like when I first got into Bobby Hemmett, I used to go outside at nighttime and study the sky, and the sky would be going this way. Because I would come outside at like 9 o'clock and the moon would be right here. I would come outside at 12 o'clock and the moon would be right there. So that lets me to believe that it's going this way. Either we're turning this way or the moon is moving that way. Now, study says that we're moving and the moon isn't. So I guess we're actually moving this way. You see what I'm saying? We're actually moving the opposite way, so for that to go that way. It's just wild, man. It's just wild, man. It's really... It's crazy if you think about it. It's fucking nuts to realize that everything that you've known about the place that you're living at ain't even where you're living at. It's not even it. This ain't it. And I wake up here every fucking day. And for some reason I've been having dreams about Bobby Hemmett. I had like 2 of them within a couple of days. 2 dreams about Bobby Hemmett. I don't know why that is, but you know, I guess I gotta see if I can figure that shit out or something. But you know, Bobby gets into a lot. Man, this nigga been preaching this type of shit to motherfuckers, man. And he's right when... See, I can't even have this conversation with most motherfuckers I walk around with. I live in Chicago, Illinois, and niggas don't give a fuck about really half of this shit. Motherfuckers just trying to turn up. You feel me? Motherfuckers out here, you know what I'm saying, buddying them on the block. Motherfuckers out there selling this shit. They ain't not really giving a fuck about none of this shit. Which is retarded, because this is your ancient wisdom. This is where you live at. My whole, I was going to say plight, but my whole reason for existing is so I can figure out why this exists. That's why I live every day. That's what I do. Even when I'm at work or fucking around on the fucking bullshit ass game, I got a video on. Like I'm playing motherfucking old ass classic Beautiful Joe right now. I'm playing that shit, beating motherfuckers' asses and shit, listening to my nigga Panic. This is what I do every day. And I ain't better than no fucking body. You could do it too. Y'all niggas just choose not to. Y'all worry about how much money you gonna get. And yeah, I mean, I do too. I'm working 2 jobs right now, even though, like, I'm better than working there. I know way too much to even be working and doing delivery work and doing merchandising or whatever. I feel like I'm giving too much information on this motherfucker, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too... the essence of me is too good for that. Not to get my ego, but just the stuff that I know is like, nigga, this is slavery, and I know that. It's another word for plantation, and that's what work is. You know what I'm saying? Not to get in that, oh, sit back and don't do nothing every day, but it is. You know, I work late and I work late and I get off early, like 5 o'clock in the morning, when I'm doing merchandising, and I'm on the highway and I'm looking at all these motherfuckers. It's just like they're in a program of slavery, and it's just like they don't give a fuck about it. They cool with that. They just do what they do every day. They got to feed their families and shit like that. So this is what the fuck they got to do every day. And most of these motherfuckers, more than half, don't even understand this shit. They think this is what it really is. Go to work, do your job, go home, eat, sleep, eat, shit, sleep, and then you know what I'm saying, replay every day. Basically living the same day every day, doing it, you know, doing it a different way. They might not take 290. They might just take 90 to get to work. They might not take the Dan Ryan. They might take, you know, the streets. They might take Lakeshore Drive or whatever the fuck they want to take for the day. They're just changing up what they're doing, and it's the same fucking day every day. Some crazy shit, man. You know, but that's my thoughts on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I could get a little bit deeper, but well, shit, can I? I think I can, but you know, I don't want to get too deep, you know, right now because I got shit to do. But it's wild, man. It's just it's fucking crazy, bro. All this knowledge, man. So once again, shout out to my nigga Panic, man. That nigga, I don't give a fuck what niggas say about, what certain people say about him, because he got most people fuck with him. I don't give a fuck what certain motherfuckers say and all that bullshit they talking. Man, fuck that. Man, the nigga Panic is the motherfucking truth. This nigga knows a lot of shit that niggas need to be studying daily, my nigga. Not when you want to play around with some spirituality, because it ain't shit to play with. Some real nigga shit you need to get yourself into. And I mean, really. So, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna call this video. If you like what I'm saying, subscribe, please. I got more shit coming when I do more knowledge. I still got stuff in me now I can put out, but, you know, I gotta do some more research on certain things before I can, you know, devote my time into it. So, you know, just subscribe, like the video. I got music coming out. My music is fucking great. Never had any bad motherfucking, protest against my shit or any bad reviews on my shit. People like what the fuck I do. A very lyrical shit. I'm not gonna say it's like 90s shit mixed with 2000s, like later 2000 shit mixed with the era that we're living in. It's not just like so 90s that you can't get into it now. So yeah, I got, you know, working on some of that shit right now. I'm working on this this album right now. I'm working on my own shit, and I'm also working on a combustion of basically just sounds, music and sounds. And like I said, you can bump this shit in your car. It's gonna be hip-hop related and shit, because that's what the fuck I fuck with. So, you know, working on that shit. Check it out if you guys want to hear it. I would really appreciate that. Subscribe, like, and peace and happiness, my niggas.